Welcome to the end of the month, end of the quarter. It's June 28th and 9 a.m. We had PCE rolling in this morning at 8:30, along with some CAD news, and the PC price index came as expected, 0.1%, but we had an upward revision of 0.2%. Looks like we have consumers that are spending less, which is probably a good thing. Maybe because they can't spend enough anymore. We have some outflows coming into SPY this week. We have one of the most highly concentrated markets ever historically in the markets. So cause for concern, more of the same. We had a presidential debate last night, if you want to call it that. I think another phrase for that might be train wreck. Anyway, here we are. 547.46 pre-market is up slightly. Let's take a look at the futures dashboard. And there's your headline. After Biden's debate showing, markets confront chance of a new candidate. Futures 0.1, 0.2, 0.26. Looking like a tilt slightly down. We'll see if we maintain. I've been talking about 540 all week on the SPY. Looking to see if we can tap that today. Gold up 23.47. Silver up 29.77. Oil up and down. Let's take a look at the prices. 54.82. Yesterday's little SPX strangle pretty much closed to the point. 54.80 was a centered spot. Came right back there for the day. We have had, well, basically from our high to low, the one NVIDIA day last Thursday. One NVIDIA day. Prices had pretty much been right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. One level that the bears could possibly start pushing back down towards would be your CPI gap from, I guess it'd be from the close on the 11th to the open on the 12th. That was the last big nudge to the upside. Oh, don't end the stream. Wrong button. Chat. Crydex, good morning. What's happening? I know who you are. All right. Tariq's here. David's here. Chris is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, traders. Ruthann, good morning. If everyone saw the schedule in my Discord this morning, this is going to be the dealio. Today's poll report session. And then at 10 a.m., if I'm joining up with Nick and team A1 Trading, 11:15 equities on demand. And then 1 p.m., Denise to make good on the request. I'm just going to do a class. I keep telling myself I'm going to do a video. Stuff just busy and no excuses. So let's just jump into class. I'll just put a Google Meet link for an hour. We'll start at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Let's just go through it together. I'm good with that if you are. Sergeant, good morning. Laura, good morning. All right. We are 25 minutes away from opening bell. Like I said, futures aimed a little bit higher, 547.47. We have not tested last week's high or low. There's a very low probability that remains to be the test. And I will show you some of those studies. So here's one. Okay, previous week's range. Touching the previous week's high is usually about 65% of the time. Touching the previous week's low, 27% of the time. Staying inside the previous week's high or low only happens about 11.54%. So if we continue to go nowhere today, we might have that very low percent that's going to be the hit today. But let's see what this is made of, right? 547.33. Are we able to gap slightly higher from yesterday, have a push to last week's high, Yes, no, maybe. That's 65% of the time. Are we going to gap today, fall today, test last week's low? 27% of the time. It could stay sideways. Okay. It is end of month. It is end of quarter. I would like to see things get a little bit more exciting than this for the week. I mean, that's a bit of a snooze fest, right? So anyway, not too exciting, but exciting enough to make some money. I'm going to see what this thing opens up at. My SPY 548 should be in profit today. I still have that 64-cent debit. If that shows in, at the money price with some, I guess extrinsic value today, not really intrinsic, but we've got a nice little run. It's getting close to that 548. That should be trading for over $1. It was trading up to like 92 cents near the close yesterday. So if we're getting higher, that'd be another $1.04 higher. So if that was a 30 delta, 40 delta, something along those lines, it should be trading around a 40, maybe a 40 delta today. Come on, it's been 2 days in a row with those big gamma levels at 548. Let's hit it. All right. Morning, Joe. Morning, Keith. Good morning, Gary. Morning, Lori. Nice to see everybody. All right. So I'm watching the SPY like a so. SPX up, NDX still just hanging on. They look the same, the SPX, the SPY, the NDX, the Qs, very similar price action, eking out those highs. The DIA or the Dow, not, right? Stable. But I mentioned this week, I see some potential ascending wedge on the DIA or the Dow, which means we could be still in for some indecision. It is noted that the next couple weeks are historically the most bullish couple weeks in the market. Obviously, things can change, but that's kind of a good thing. It doesn't have to be, crazy ripper bullish. It could just be steady bullish. It could be nothing bullish. But I'm still looking at this market just tilted, pushing, leaning a little bit higher. Do we justify all-time highs again on the SPY? It's not that far away. We're sitting here, $2.40 away from all-time highs. A little nudge through, end of quarter, little nudge through the first part of Q3, and we kick off July. We have a holiday trading week, so we might have some thin volume. We have non-farm payroll on Friday next week, which would also be a little catalyst that maybe gets the markets moving with some volatility. So we will see. If it's bullish, great. If it's bearish, all I'm looking to see is if price will come back and fill the CPI gap. It's not that much. Let's say that we open here today and we do end up filling the CPI gap. That's still less than 2%. Still less than 2%. And you gotta wonder if the market, if the market experiences a 2% sell-off, they're like, Fed, step in. What's going on? There's so much potential correction territory, just like we had back in April. I'm seeing the exact same conditions all over again, overstretched, overbought, looking for some divergence, which we certainly have here. But if we just keep poking highs, I don't see that as a justified connection. I saw the Japanese yen did it hit 161 yesterday? It did. We poked up here to 161.30. What position did we take? We took a Swiss yen at 178.98. We're up 50 pips. Ooh, baby. We're up 50 pips on the Swiss yen. All right, I'm going to go to break even on this trade. So the stop loss, I'm going to 178.95. I'm not messing around with this yen right now. Okay, so break even or better on the yen, see if it pays out. Put that in the flex stock as well. So let's go 2024 trade log. Swiss yen. Moving to stop to 178.95. Break even or better. There it is. Okay, Let's see if this mounts a little bit of a comeback. Is FXY doing anything? Oh yeah, 11 cents to the upside. All right. Dollar index, 105.85, still hanging out above that 105.60 zone. I still think the dollar is just looking okay. Better than others. It's okay. I say if we turn back in and we get below 105, 10500, it's not meant to be, and this thing still just remains in a summer chop zone. But if we just keep making these slightly higher highs, let's say we get to 106.50, not that far away, right? We had some recent highs overnight, 106.15. So if it just keeps inching higher, we have some intermediate resistance at 106.50, intermediate resistance at 107. And if we're going to fill out this broadening pattern, resistance area that's 108.50, which would be where I'm looking to essentially take not a top necessarily, not a called top necessarily, but a confirmed break back down to the dollar. KDC reliable. Yep. It's on my chart for a reason. And now I use it primarily on higher time frames though. To me it's got to be 8-hour, daily, weekly, monthly. Rarely see it on the monthly charts, but yeah, daily, weekly, reliable. Just understand what asset you're trading. I mean, if you're trading currencies, it's super reliable. You're trading crypto, super reliable because they're way more efficient. You're trading the stock market. Clearly, we can drift and stay overbought for a while. The markets tend to do that, right? But yeah, still very reliable. It's just measuring momentum and disagreement between price and momentum and overbought or sold conditions with relative strength. Yeah. I mean, I just go higher. I think if you want more validity, I would go, or not validity, but strength and divergence. You just go higher time frames. Okay. Dana's up a measly $114 this morning. Not bad. Not bad. I spent a lot of my time doing some tests this week. I found some good stuff here. So Tasty's platform has a look back feature, and I put in, 3 of my core strategies that I've been trading for years, and I went back and tested them as long as I could, and they proved through the great financial crisis, through high volatility, low volatility, up markets, down markets, sideways markets, they did just fine. Annualized wise, they did pretty darn good. One strategy annualized about 7.3% a year. One did about 7.8% a year. One did about 12% a year. Pretty exciting stuff. So, I mean, again, in a scenario of like, yeah, I just went back almost 20 years to test, and I could have a nice little no ownership, options only, 20+% portfolio. That's not a bad way to craft and build through all the things we've experienced over the last, I mean, this is 18 years, not too shabby, you know? So had a lot of fun with that this week. You can see here, if I show you my files, these are all of these tests that I ran that I saved. I did a lot more than that. If I go into downloads, you're going to see lots of back tests this week. So between certain underlines, and I just stuck with the broader market. So I just mainly did SPY, Qs, DIA, IWM, SPX, NDX. I did ask the team at Tasty if this would also provide a futures feed. If they do, then I will certainly be testing futures as well. I know there's similar underlines, but again, if you're getting an asset that likes to go up, has positive drift, futures market that's correlated to it, like /ES or /MES, you can do very similar strategies to what I did. So anyway, had a lot of fun with that. I'll talk about that more today with equities on demand. And if you're interested in using this feature with Tasty, just let me know. You can post it in my Discord free group chat. I'll send you the link to it. If you have a Tasty account, it's free. You just have to log into your platform, and you can craft just single results, or you can do actually backtest the results, and you can go into forward trading as well. So pretty cool stuff. All right, 15 minutes away from opening bell. 547.42. I've talked about this the last 2 days. I said 548. Now what's funny is on my charts here. Let's go SPY. Oh my gosh. Funny you say that, Gary. So I tried to I would I guess I could say I tried to watch. Okay. Here is the extent of my watching. So yesterday I had some junior golf in the evening, and on my way home, I turned on the debate in my car on YouTube TV. I think I made it 3 minutes into whoever's response it was. I think Trump had just finished a comment. Biden started talking, and I just thought, I can't watch this. I don't know. It's so frustrating to think these are our choices. I don't care what side you're on. It's awful either way, in my opinion. And I really don't want to focus on this and make this, what we have to be watching for. It's like, look, the reality is, yeah, I'm sure that from what I saw polls that were rolling in, like 67% of people thought that Trump won the debate, had a better showing. Okay, cool. Well, there's going to be other ones. The election isn't until November. What happens until then? Stuff I don't really want to think about. So I watched it for about 3 minutes and I turned it off. It's like, I can't watch it. I don't want to watch it. Even I listened to a segment yesterday on Tasty Live, and they were talking about doing this, catchphrase bingo, where certain things were said or certain topics were said. They were, enjoying it, making a party out of it. I'm like, I don't think I could enjoy that at all. So yeah, made it about 7 minutes. Oh, good work. Yep. Anyway, Dana says, but I can't wait to see a Trump Biden golf match. I don't want to watch that either. Even if Capital One does the match between those two candidates, I don't think I'm going to watch that. The last thing I watched, I watched the Netflix Cup. That was exciting. But if there's a match, no, there's not going to be, obviously. Bad stuff. What are you going to do? The election's coming whether you like it or not. So we've got some time to trade. We've got some time before that drama hits the headlines and it's front and center. But for right now, we're staring at the market up a little bit, up about $1, and let's see what we get. Like I said, it's end of month, end of quarter. Is there a little bit more excitement today? Maybe. We're looking for a 65% probability to test the high, just to test last week's high. 27% probability just to test the low. So basically, that says, put those numbers together. Where's my calculator here? So we'll go 60, 65, and 27. So 92% of the time, the market is trying to test a higher low from the previous week's higher low, right? So that's a good probability. Now, does that mean that I chose to be directional based on that 548. I think I'm just going to close it as soon as we open up. If it's in profit, hopefully it's up over 100%. If it is, I will probably just close that 548 long call. If you're in the I guess I'm just calling that now like the Omni spread. But if you're in my kind of debit spreads where we had the 545 by the 555, unless I'm giving it a chance today because I've waited this long to try to retest the highs. If we get back up to the highs this week, that should be trading for close to $5 and change. We can take a small loss on that, partial loss. If we get above 550, obviously that's exciting. But something tells me that today is going to be, I don't know, more noise. We probably won't do much of anything, but you never know. Okay, let's take a look at this other stuff. Let's do the weather report. So DXY just creeping up there a little bit more. U.S. oil. I think we could have a pullback on U.S. oil, but pretty well supported around $77. So I'm still relatively bullish. I've got some positions on crude oil futures to the upside. Did a credit spread all the way down to 72.50 for some income. Gold. Well, it looked a little bit more exciting in the dashboard than it is right now. I guess you can say that gold is up only for the last day. Yesterday was a bullish day on gold, but that's about it. Silver also responding a little bit. Let's see if silver is going to give us something like that, right? Little correction. I'd like to see if silver can get back above. Let's see what this high is right here on $31. We get above 31, maybe a bull flag, see if we can run. I'm still targeting 35 and change, 36 and change on silver to finish out. So this would be the measure move I had on gold. I was looking to see if silver can match. Silver's measured move, the first leg of it for me is 35.67. So anything above 35, I'm looking to probably grab some profit. Let me see. I'm not sure when my ownership is going to take effect, but SLV, we're trading at 26.96. I'm willing to take some ownership between 29.87 and 6. Willing to. Now my expiration on that, I believe, is out in July, into July. So my SLV, July 19th. Yep, 29.876 all puts. So if I don't get assigned, I just collect some income. Silver so far for the year, just for this particular account's up around 2.5%. And I'd like there to be more of that. I'd like there to be another, maybe 2, 3, 4% for the bottom line. Not too bad, but watching it closely. Bitcoin responding between that 60 and 56K mark that we keep talking about. I like that support. There's also trendline support coming in pretty soon as well. Like same area, 60,000 to 56,000. Watching that closely. We go to Ethereum. Possible trendline support, maybe a bear trap. So if Ethereum comes into here, looking for a trend line, looking for a push. If it comes in and tests the same lows, again, I think this could be a bear trap if we test the same lows and then quickly pop back up, then coming right back to range highs. So looking to see if we're still going to see a bullish move in Ethereum and Bitcoin, and possibly longer term upside. We had a run up last night. Price is already sold off. Blew past the London low. NQ came right down, tapped the daily pivot, hovering around. So yeah, so let's go to the futures feed here. So I'll go ES and go to the smaller time frame. Yeah. So 55 was that fresh all-time highs? No. I was going to say we had to be close, but we go 15-minute chart. Yeah. So tried to test the all-time highs again, but has like Daniel said, just pulled back. Pretty notable amount. I mean, that's a nasty little move. 0.3% to the downside just in the last maybe half hour or so. Yeah. So all right, we'll see. But if, like I said, if SPY can cling to it's fading about 20 cents or so. I was hoping that we'll hit 548 on the nose. But like I said, if I'm up from a 64-cent debit up over $1, ideally $1.20. See what that real time value is trading at. If not, I'll eat the 64 cents. I'm giving it a chance. I've waited this long, taking the trade on Wednesday. I was like, I'll trade it to Friday, see if we can get 548. We'll find out. All right, we did dollar, we did oil, we did gold, we did silver, we did Bitcoin, we did crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Any particular? I saw that Nike, I think, took a hit overnight. Wow. What up, Nike? That's not good. That's a big drop. That is a big drop. Now, is it a spot? I mean, this is kind of nuts here, right? False pre-market after multiple analyst downgrades, price target cuts. So Nike at 78.46, almost $16 lower from close yesterday. Look, it's been flirting with the trend line. We could argue that Nike still has some good fundamental analysis, but you have to remember Nike is a pretty good barometer for the consumer. If people are scaling back on those sneakerhead collections, probably not a good thing. Let's go NKE. I'm looking at this from a snowflake analysis. I mean, as a whole, pays reliable dividend, earnings forecast to grow. We've got a financially healthy company with past performance that's pretty solid. Let's see what the value is on Nike. So we're trading at a 27.2% or 27 times price to earnings ratio. Look at a discounted cash flow. We are slightly overvalued, and it looks like the earnings report is going to put us right back down towards fair value. I will probably just wait to see if there's more pressure to the downside here. I mean, if I could come back and buy Nike in COVID lows at $60, I'm probably going to do that. You know, perhaps, and I'm curious if I could position for this. Maybe a ratio spread. I mean, it's not a big dividend stock though. I don't know. Maybe a ratio spread if it's worthwhile. It'd essentially be like a naked put. Now that it's down, maybe I can go out farther and try to generate some income on Nike if the IV is high. It's not an expensive stock, so I'm not sure what I'm going to get for it, but I'll take a look. So 3 minutes from opening bell, I'll take a look. So ratio spread would be, maybe trying to take some ownership around $60. Maybe I could do like the 65 by 64 or 60, whatever. I'll try to play something where if I own it, it's around $60, or it's down low enough at opening bell that maybe I can just go out a year and just do a put and see what that credit is. If it's over like $3 or $4, I'll probably take the trade. So, but yeah, we'll see. So that should wrap up our it wasn't a big earnings week. I saw that Walgreens was down as well. This one was a bit disappointing. I own some shares of Walgreens with a dividend play. Same type of thing. I'm sitting around break even around $20. It is protected, so I'm just kind of riding this to the downside. But I look further left on the higher time frames. It's not really a great spot to be like it can't go any lower. I mean, if you look left, we're coming back into levels in the 90s. We've been in a pretty steady downtrend. Once we broke this low here, that was the 2008 low. You mean to tell me that Walgreens is worse off than it was in a great financial crisis? Apparently, that's what price is telling us. So I'm just trying to lower the cost basis. This is going to be a repair. Once we get back towards $20+, I'm letting this thing go. But yeah, I'm interested. Like maybe I can take a double dip in this since it's cheap enough now. I could probably put in another cash secured put in addition to riding this put lower, but I don't want to just throw money at a drawdown. That's silly. I can allocate better money elsewhere, make money on this, and kind of wash this position away if it's bad. So, all right, let's take a look at our big ones. Apple pre-market higher, 215.94, up about $1.80. Interesting. Will we crack highs again on Apple? So be all-time highs. Okay, 546. That's a quick move to the downside. Come on, 548. Let's see where we're at. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm up freaking 10 cents. I'll just wait. I will just wait. Let me see if if some of these gamma levels start to light up on me, then I might take a single direction for the day. Let me check this out. Let's float this out here. 546 and change. So my 548 that I kept looking at Wednesday and Thursday didn't get hit. Looks like we did hit it overnight. So futures market hit 548, but SPY has not. We're pretty equidistant on the day so far. If I go to real time, we're giving ourselves a slight edge to the upside here towards 550. Okay. I mean, I'd like to stick around for that. Versus these lower, kind of put side gamma levels. So we started off 55, call volume sentiment to 0. We'll see if this will continue to jump around. So maybe just a quick gap fill, try to get up on the day. Is the market happy about PC coming in as expected? Maybe. Consumer pulling back a little bit? Maybe. So let's see. right now. I'm happy at 548. If we move up another $1.20, I'm happy. If we go up to 549 or 550, I am quite happy. So I'll see if that's the case. Apple is up. Microsoft, the last 3 weeks, has made new all-time highs for the day. We made an all-time high yesterday on Microsoft. Google had a pretty good week, turning back a little bit. Amazon had a pretty good week. Amazon was up as high as $200. Holy Toledo. Nice week, Amazon. So that was Wednesday, Thursday push. Ooh. All right, well, that's good. I mean, I own Amazon like 140 a share, so yeah, that is good. I've got it covered at 215. 210 rather, sorry. Break even 139.53, 210 covered. And if it gets called away, it gets called away. I am probably not able to close out my 210 with a low debit because I collected, I don't know, $6 or $7 on this covered call, and I went out far enough. This was a call from like, I want to say March. I did a couple rolls on Amazon and got it out to September and up to 210. Give myself about $70 a share. Not too shabby. There we go. 547.22. Here we go now. 548. Let's go. All right, let me just get the pricing here. So we're sitting at a 37 delta. We go up another 80 cents. Calculate the move. So 37 delta times another 80 cents. Nope. 37 delta times 80 cents. Another 30 cents added to the 87 that currently shows. $1.16. Take away the 64. Okay, that's an 82% probability, or I'm sorry, 82% profit on my position if we stretch up towards 548. Again, 550 would be nice. 550 would be nice. It's my Robert De Niro face. Best impression in the world. Just kidding. All right, what do you want to talk about? Any other charts? We can talk currencies. Pretty quiet overall. Aussie is strong. Japanese yen a little bit strong. New Zealand's up. Interesting assortment today. So the dollar was up. Dollar's faded. Swiss was up. Swiss is faded. CAD's coming back to baseline. New Zealand's coming back to the middle. Japanese yen's getting a little bit stronger. Aussie on top. Are we seeing any love out of China yet? Should that be what I keep asking every day? Are we seeing love out of China yet? And just keep seeing disappointment? Maybe sooner or later. So let's just see if we technically have a good level. So do we correct in here, start to stabilize, and then start to see up? Maybe. That's the hen saying. If we go to some of the instruments that I'm in, K-Web is Chinese tech. Okay, this is pulled back quite a bit. Same type of thing. Got to wait for a trend line break. Perhaps this is if this is a fake out, that's a pretty nasty fake out. We have really strong support in here. I was thinking a pretty solid crown pattern. All this correction and we break the structure. I mean, come on, man. If this was a Forex market, we'd be coming right back to $35 in this instrument. Handicap is 6. I don't know about that. Maybe it's a 6 on a par 3 course. I honestly, it's like it's so annoying to even talk about. So yeah, I won't talk about it. How's that? All right. I'll talk about this instead. 547 and change. Let's go. 548, 549. Maybe 550 is the level today. If I can stick around and wait for it, that'd be a retest of the highs. I don't think I'm going to get too greedy. Let me see where my position's at right now. So I am up about $40. It's up $1, about 40 some cents. I could close out for $1.08. That would give me a 44-cent profit. Not too bad. I'm gonna go after 548. I said that level can get tapped. It's pretty close. Another 20 cents. Let's see here. If I centered around, I do have to look at my little daily strangle on the SPX. I'll get to that in just a moment. I think I'm just going to take the profit here. I'm up $1.08. I'm just going to close it. So 91 cents. Get in here. Positions. Close. $1.08. That's the bid. Filled at $1.16. Even better. But it probably means it's trading at $1.25. Wow. Huh. That was a generous 8-cent buffer. Now it's up to $1.19. So we're 20 cents away from my level. I'll take the profit. I'll take the profit. All right, let me recenter this bad boy on the SPX. So SPX. So it's at 5,500. And we can stretch a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but let's see if that premium is going to give us something worthwhile. So SPX positions. Trade. It'd be end of quarter, end of month, end of day. 5,500. So if I went to I'm going to go smaller on this one to give myself a little bit more space. I know I'm going to take in less credit, but if I go the 12 delta, I'm going to go out to 5,530, and I'll go to a 50. I'll go to the same thing. I'll go 12 deltas, make it delta neutral. I'll do a 12 delta here as well. So 5,530 on the upside, 5,460 on the downside, and then do a 20-point spread. So I can still collect 260 on this trade for it's $1,700 buying power, 260 on the spread. So 628, 5,500 is the center, -1 at 5,460, and as I say, 5,530. Yep. And that credit is 260. If I'm going after a 15% take profit, that should be about $40. $39. So we'll call it $40. If this gets to a 220 debit, then we're in good shape for the day. 5,530 is quite a stretch. I mean, if I let this cash settle by the end of the day, we'd have to go all the way to my top gamma level, which I rarely see these things bust through all these levels. So we could get up there, and the position wouldn't look good until later in the day. But as long as we stay below 5,530, we're fine. So just another trade. All right. As asked before, is China getting into love? And the answer to that is no. I am in some Baidu, and I am collared on this thing, so I'm protecting some downside. I am in some Alibaba. Man, what a fake out. Right? I mean, I was patiently waiting for this trend line to break. We crossed over. We hit this kind of equal low area, nice support zone, had a good run, closed out some long calls. And I'm glad I did, for crying out loud. Man, I had diagonal spreads. I mean, I closed out on FXI, on JD, on Baba and Baidu. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's try to get some ownership. And the market's like, okay, we'll assign you. Only on Baidu. I have Baidu. That's it. So, all right, SPY creeping right up there towards the gamma level I've been watching all week. It works for a reason. And then 550 is my level today. Okay, let's talk currencies for a little bit, and let me see. Yep, I'm jumping in at 10 o'clock with A1 trading team, so we'll take a little breather at the near the top of the hour, and then we will come back to the Pulver report / A1 trading at 10 a.m. Equities on demand, we'll have a little sesh at 11:15, and then 1 p.m. for portfolio builder. All right, currency wise, Aussie CAD trying to make some fresh highs. Hopefully it does. Aussie Swiss looking good. Did get a pullback level, and I have some buy stops that are up higher. This one still, I'm looking to go after like 60, 6,400, 6,200 is like immediate target. 6,400 would be kind of my ideal zone to take some profit on Aussie Swiss. Yen pairs, good riddance. You know, if you're trading yen, gotta help you. Aussie New Zealand, we're still in profit. Break even or better. It's still break even or better at 108.40. And we're up now 110, 113 pips. Let's go, Aussie New Zealand. To the upside. If we take out 110, great. We're not that far away, 50 pips. If we take out 110.50, that's this high, or 110.30 rather. Take out that high. Maybe get back to this 111 handle, which is where all this wedginess is sitting. But I measured this move, by the way. That's what this black line is right here. So low, high, higher, low, higher. That's a good profit level for me. I would say 111.50 or higher, I'm trapping some profit. Okay, Aussie dollar, probably still in a box. It is. You got to wonder here. Are we going to get a breakout on the Aussie dollar? Is this the one pair that is going to behave better or perform better than the dollar? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. It's still choppy. There's still no decision yet, but pretty straightforward breakout if we see it above this yellow box or below it. That's my next trade on the Aussie dollar. CAD Swiss also making a nice little comeback. Not upset by that at all. CAD Yen, little stall at the top. Probably another one that if you were interested, small risk. You know, if you take a stab here, stop loss above, and it drops, cool. Make some money. If you don't, get out early. Like within probably 50 to 75 pips, you're out of the trade. So you could take a small stab at it. I did that with a Swiss yen. We're up over 140 pips. I'm going to let this thing run at break even or better. So we did the same thing on New Zealand yen. We grabbed 40 pips. This one we're break even or better. Let's see this thing, maybe drop into. If we come back to these wick lows at 177, that's still 200 pips lower. We come back into this pocket that is nearly 300 pips. So that's my plan. Thanks, Donna. Yep, if you're watching, the old algorithm for YouTube. If you can hit that like button for me, that goes a long ways. That way, when people search, trading, investing, maybe a pop up on their little sidebar feed for a live session, or a pop up in their feed for, people that come in to watch my sessions. They like it. Mikey likes it. That's a good thing. Okay, so that goes a long ways. Thanks. Euro Aussie sliding lower. I've said I like bearish. If we broke the 6,200 level, I said 6,000 to be safe. We are right there. So if you want to protect some profit from this recent break at 62, not a bad spot. You want to take it down a little bit lower. Look left, you're looking at 5,900. EuroCAD, I'm looking for an opportunity on EuroCAD. It's getting there. I'm looking for something like this. Let's say that we slide a little bit lower on EuroCAD, take out these lows. Any type of snapback here, I'm going short. So I'm going to look for a swing trade on the EuroCAD and PoundCAD. They both look pretty good. Euro Swiss, I'm still long. And so it's doing okay. I'm looking for a bottoming pattern here on the Euro Swiss. This little dip, this low to high right now is not a bottoming pattern. Not yet. It would have to be some type of push, pause. Then we can talk about this as a, I guess a cup and handle. There's no left structure here. It's just really steep. So if it's a cup and handle, maybe it's here, pause, and then it breaks the cup line. Breaks cup line, goes higher. Okay. Or if we settle in for some type of wedge formation, settle in for some type of crown formation, you never know. But I'm watching to see if we get a bottoming pattern so I can continue to add to my Euro Swiss position. Euro pound. Did we get filled at? No. Pending sell 84.80. We have a high at 84.78. Still not filled in that trade yet. Euro yen, no trade. Fading off that equal high. Euro New Zealand. I'm looking for an equal low, kind of. If we came back to retest the same low, test the low, maybe put in a buy stop and see if this thing wants to range, and then just head back up. So lows, highs, support, resistance. something along those lines. Euro dollar, I am short from 108. What was it? 107. 107.25. We're killing it on this thing. Plus 25 pips. Pound Aussie, pulling back. I don't love this trade. I thought we had a really good posture here for this to go left tip, center tip. All this was consolidation. I was looking at this thing to be, a nice solid bottom, but I don't see it right now. So we're testing these lows. It can get a little dicier to the downside. So if anybody's short pound Aussie, great. Look at this level there. Maybe we're coming back into 87 or 86 before this thing bounces. So if we turn on the right-hand side of the trend line, way more interested in maybe a range trade where we could have equal lows here, have equal highs here, and maybe get a trend line confirmation to trade that. That's about all I see on it right now. Pound Canadian. I'm looking for something similar to the EuroCAD. If I take a trade here, that'd be the stop loss. I don't love that stop because 78 is such a bigger level of resistance. I want to see if this one pulls back into this level or this level and look for maybe an equal high. I could see an equal high here. If we took an equal high, tight stop loss, I like that trade. So EuroCAD, PoundCAD are good looking setups. I'm just trying to figure out what areas I want to get in and just a little bit more price confirmation. Pound Swiss, just patient, waiting to see if I can get a bottoming formation on Pound Swiss and stay long. Pound Yen, turning at the top, not interested. Pound New Zealand, not interested. Pound dollar, pretty much garbage. Dollar index may be drifting higher. Pound dollar's reflecting that. Euro dollar's reflecting that. Aussie dollar's not. New Zealand CAD. What's up, Lee? How are you, man? Happy Friday. New Zealand CAD, I'm looking for a trend line break to get long and stay long. I'm just looking to add to my positions. New Zealand Swiss, trend line break would be great. Bottoming pattern, bullish pattern would be great. Still watching for that. New Zealand Yen still hasn't turned. Overbought, extended, but hasn't turned. New Zealand dollar, we took a short. We're break even. We sold it at 60.90. It's trading at 60.94. So 4 pips to the downside, or 4 pips upside down. Do I like this trade? Do I want to stay in this trade? Dollar CAD fading back. Dollar Swiss stall. Dollar Yen's turn slightly from the tops. I don't know. Dollar index. I'm thinking it's like, does this trade look as good? Dollar index. I mean, I guess it's okay. If the dollar just keeps this slow grind, like, I guess it's okay. But I was thinking if I just took the trade off, break even, take a -4, and just, I mean, I don't mind euro dollar. That's a better position. I like dollar CAD. I like dollar Swiss. That's it. Aussie dollar still waiting for a breakout. New Zealand dollar still waiting. So anywho, all right, I'm out. All right, see you later. Let's wrap things up for the first session of the Pulver Report, installment 1 for today. We'll take a 10-minute break, come back at the top of the hour, just jump right back into the YouTube channel. Let's come back at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be joining the A1 trading team. Okay, so we'll take a 10-minute breather, come back in, talk about core PCE, talk about the markets, maybe get into a little bit more nitty-gritty on the strategies and some of the backtesting stuff I did this week if interested, and off we go. All right, thanks for tuning in today. Before we leave this session, if you'd kindly hit that thumbs up button for me, thank you. Goes a long ways. And I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.